crypto.
Hey, welcome back. This is the Underground Crypto back at it again. Yeah, and it's probably past midnight right now, and what a show today. What a conference as part of the Meridian 2020. It was amazing. It was a lot and a lot of talking, right? A lot of presentations, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a quick summary of it, and then I'll play one video which you'll be excited about, right? But I'll save you a lot of time, and in case you missed it and you want to get a quick catch up on what was talked about, I'll break it down to you. So we had global connections to solve real world challenges with Sir Tim Berners-Lee. He was the inventor of the World Wide Web. So he's very animated in his and excited in his presentation there. So a lot on the general knowledge of innovation and moving on to the next chapter from the internet to blockchain and everything. So that was a good presentation there by Sir Tim Berners-Lee, and Denelle Dixon stole the show. That's the one I'm going to play. We'll play a clip for Denelle Dixon. She stole the show. Right, forging a path in emerging tech. That was also good. Achieving decentralization on the Stellar network was awesome as well. This was probably the second best presentation, I would say. Stellar 101, connecting the world's financial infrastructure. So I'm gonna have a separate video on that. We'll play Lisa Nestor because she did an awesome job there. Protocol upgrades fostering the usability of Stellar network. That was also good. And CBDCs and stable coins. This was also a good discussion as well. And putting Stellar's latest features into practice, also great. And tokenization equals democratization was also great. Horizon's new architecture, that was also good. So definitely a good, very good conference today from Stellar. And today's Stellar up, looks like 5 cents, 5% I would say. XRP, ooh, those XRP community is happy. They're reining in close to 30 cents there for XRP. So bull run has started. Oh my goodness, it has started. So a quick summary here of some things that were talked about. It was very, very techy, I would say. Very techy. A lot of technical discussions. So some things that were mentioned: protocol upgrade. There were node discussions, how you could, utilize your node and everything. There are a lot of quizzes. The Roots performance was amazing. So validating nodes. Also discussion on Protocol 15. So Protocol 15 coming out in a week with fixes and features. So that was also discussed. Also, two-card payments. So this is a new feature that they have coming out. So it reduces friction. Payments don't fail. You can also do cancelable payments, recoverable payments. So it's flexible and protects you against payment destination mistakes. So this is a great feature here. Then you also have this other feature, fee bump transactions. So charge fee on a transaction, right? So this simplifies the operational design there. Also custodial wallet. So a way to retrieve account. This is one of the feature, a way to retrieve an account if you lose your keys. So this is also very good there. And we also had Horizon. So Horizon spoke about high-speed Stellar Core. So their issue was TX Meta, right? So it's very large. So high-speed Stellar Core, which was an enhanced feature. What it did, it make historical records of the ledger a lot faster. So hundreds to 1,000s ledger records per second. So this is amazing. So it was a lot of partners talking about how Stellar improved their situation, how Stellar is awesome, the sleeping giant Stellar, right? Scalable Stellar architecture, right? So a lot of use cases of how things Just how a lot of companies are utilizing Stellar and just makes it better, a lot faster, quicker, right? And able to run their own node and everything like that. And there's another feature here, so reduces physical cash costs and risk, enhance payment systems, right? Another feature, right, which I think we may be using in the future here is distribution of stimulus payments, right? So we know a lot of stimulus payments were sent early in the spring, and this may be something they'll be utilizing for the next stimulus payment. So using Stella would be awesome, right? Also, tokenization. We saw that tokenization, right? So some features there is enforced regulation, right? So tokens that know the rules. Typically, it's banks that know the rules. So with tokenization, you can apply the rules within, right? So it's kind of like smart tokens. So that's also a good feature there. And distribute relief funds like loans, traceability, compliance tools. So that's kind of like a summary of the technical discussions that were had with this, CBDCs, the future, where a lot of countries are moving to CBDCs and everything. So that's kind of like a quick summary of it. So now I'm gonna play the CEO, Denelle Dixon, as she had a great speech. So we'll play that, and we'll wrap it up.
Welcome to Meridian 2020. We are honored to have you as our guests, and while we're excited to be with you virtually, we hope that next year we can get back together in person. So 2020 will be a year that will be written about for years and years to come. It showed us firsthand that despite all the borders that exist in dark ink on maps, they are not impenetrable walls or insurmountable barriers. We are connected within, among, between, and beyond those highlighted borders on those world maps. We are connected by human relationships, connected by policy impacts, and connected by the need to think about the impacts our local acts have on our global relationships. Our work at SDF is about enhancing those connections. That's why we've invited you here to join us this week, to grow and deepen the connections to the use of technology. But admittedly, as I sit in Northern California in the United States, my connection to the needs of citizens in Kenya and Brazil and the Philippines feels weak. Our lives are different. Our access to technology and to the financial system is different. Our experiences of our daily challenges are different. And in order to really understand the differences, we need to engage and connect across the globe to ensure that the technology we support, is solving the problems others are facing. We have to push ourselves to think outside of our own bubble. We have to remember that while our physical circumstances may be different, the need to work, to support a family, the need to have things of value, to pay, to have a safe place to sleep, food to eat, and tools to work are the same. Those needs transcend almost all borders, and technology can help. It's how we can take connection from just a feeling to something concrete by working together across borders to solve the real problems we face. And that's the beauty of Stellar. It gives us that connective tissue, that network to be a universal solution, and yet simultaneously relies on the experts within a border to help identify the needs and apply the solution in the way that's best for their community. Stellar is the energy that powers the projects to light up. Companies all over the world are lighting up on Stellar today. And I can't think of a better way to start this conference than to show all of you in the audience how Stellar connections are solving real problems than by sharing some of the company stories. So Let's start by focusing on Africa and some of the lights there. The cost of sending money in sub-Saharan Africa is the highest globally, and yet many Africans that live away from home still send money back to their families using regular money transfer operators. The process is time-consuming, cumbersome, and expensive. Uhuru Wallet seeks to solve these challenges and is focused on doing so for migrant workers, as those workers are often excluded from the financial services offered by banks. Using Uhuru Wallet, users can load funds into a digital wallet balance, send money to person or person to merchant, pay utility bills, and purchase mobile airtime. Uhuru Wallet is developed on Stellar with its home market in South Africa and a growing base of customers across some of the biggest African markets like Ghana, Nigeria, and Kenya. And then moving across Africa to another bright light, Leaf Global. Leaf Global offers a wallet built for refugees to support their journey. It is currently available in Rwanda, Uganda, and Kenya, and seeks to provide affordable financial services to people who have to cross the borders of multiple countries to get to safety. Carrying cash is dangerous for those refugees, with threats of theft and violence. The wallet allows users to hold their money in digital assets as the safer alternative. Leaf Global has already processed thousands of transactions, even though they only recently launched. And it's another example of a company crafting solutions for those that have been left behind by the traditional banking system. And in Nigeria, Cowrie, built on Stellar to help solve the needs of its corporate customers, that they have connected with other businesses on Stellar in Europe, the US, and Latin America. Its primary goal is to enable Nigerians to meet the high demand for global currencies, particularly in trade, and transact in the global marketplace efficiently and cost-effectively. In underserved markets like Nigeria, where the local currency is not globally traded, cross-border payments and foreign exchanges are exceptionally slow and expensive due to high operating costs, technical inefficiencies of legacy systems, and reliance on multiple intermediaries. Cowrie's use of Stellar and those of the other products offered by others building on Stellar helps Nigerians to make those global connections for their businesses in a more cost-effective and efficient way. And how about ClickPesa in Tanzania? It offers a B2B payments platform that is focused on supporting small businesses. And small businesses are crucial as they foster growth in local economies. There is a lot of inter-African trade between Rwanda, Tanzania, and Kenya, and ClickPesa is enabling this trade by allowing businesses to pay and issue invoices across borders, making important connections. ClickPesa uses a Tanzanian shilling token on Stellar to complete these global B2B transactions, and will also issue more stable coins as its business broadens. They are fully interoperable with deposits and withdrawals and hope to enable other applications and wallets to facilitate payments across Eastern Africa. Each of these businesses are lighting up Africa like a bright constellation. And in North America, we have the US-Mexico border, which is the most frequently crossed border in the world. Each day, hundreds of thousands of Mexican workers travel into the US to work and then travel back home. Most need to exchange US dollars earned in cash in the US for Mexican pesos before crossing the border. This creates a large demand for US dollars and Mexican pesos to hold as inventory that is costly and pose heightened storage and transport risks, presenting physical security challenges to both money services businesses and the workers alike. So in walks Finclusive, a US company and its growing global connections by working to reduce the need for cash, US dollars and Mexican pesos, for individuals and companies operating at the US-Mexico border. Finclusive is both a US anchor and offers compliance as a service, so it's easy for a Mexican anchor to receive USD to peso. Finclusive's streamlined approach to compliance prioritizes financial inclusion by addressing actual rather than perceived risk. So your status as a migrant worker will not be the basis for excluding you from the financial system, as it often is for traditional banks focused on de-risking. This project aims to reduce the use of cash currency at the border and make it safer for Mexican workers to carry and send earnings back to Mexico. And Finclusive works with Saldo, an anchor that also has a mobile wallet built for migrant workers, mainly Mexican migrant workers based in the United States, sending money back home. Today, they offer migrant workers bill pay back in Mexico to help pay bills and utilities for family members. Saldo built on Stellar because payments are at the center of the feature set, and it was an ideal platform for the problem that Saldo is focused on solving. And the lights a little further south in Latin America are Vibrant, which is a dollar savings app built on Stellar for Argentinians that allows users to access dollar-backed tokens on their mobile phones instead of pursuing in-person gray market interactions to obtain US dollars. It allows users to avoid the monthly caps enforced in the traditional banking system, and the digital dollars that are held by the user in the application are stored in a US bank account backed one-to-one by US dollars. Vibrant works with companies that issue digital assets like Settle in Argentina or Anchor USD in the US in order to make this seamless for the user. It's simple, solves a user problem, and does so elegantly. And then in Argentina, Settle is a Stellar-based business that holds the ARST. Settle is a payment infrastructure for cross-border settlement. It builds borderless tech and infrastructure that bridges the gap between traditional and digital finance. Today, their network provides digital asset settlement across LATAM and uses Argentina, and Mexico stablecoins. Settle was created to find ways to leverage the potential of blockchain technology by focus on being a bridge between the fiat and crypto world. Settle seeks to go beyond the crypto industry to provide users, real people in communities around the world, with financial services that they wouldn't normally be able to have, solving local problems using global connections. And then sometimes solutions are borderless, like DStock, a company that makes investing accessible and affordable for people in emerging markets through a borderless digital interface for security tokens by leveraging Stellar's built-in compliance features. Through the DStock interface, users have easier access to blue-chip shares such as Tesla or Amazon, as well as the bonds, indices, and commodities using fiat or cryptocurrencies. The team launched their mobile app product this past year, and it's been downloaded thousands and thousands of times already. This is the power of blockchain and the power of Stellar, bringing more opportunities to those who need and want them. Each of these businesses that I've just shared, and there are so many more that I didn't have time to showcase, demonstrate how the Stellar world is lighting up, how we're coming together within and beyond borders to solve the challenges we face, especially the challenge that is core to our mission at the Stellar Development Foundation: equitable access to the global financial system. Stellar provides the connection so that regional systems can be interconnected and interoperable. The individual companies that trust Stellar are solving real-world problems differently.
And I'm going to have a video on that too. Stellar powers the world. That's going to come out in a couple of days, what she's talking about. Stellar is really powering a lot of companies, and it's powering the world, and how people are using Stellar, right? It's really, really big, really big. So we'll finish it up. We've got 2 minutes left, and then we'll wrap it up.
Based on where they sit and the needs there. With Stellar and the businesses built on it, where you are in the world doesn't have to dictate your level of access to finance. Each of these dots on the Stellar map create their own light, and there are more dots out there to light up and more connections to be made. And that's what we're here to do at Meridian. For all these powerful stories to light the path for others to follow, for our ecosystem to shine through, and to develop even more global connections with one another. To take our ideas to actions, to find and implement solutions for our challenges. Meridian is our time to highlight the progress that this network has made, showcase the exciting businesses building on Stellar, celebrate the use cases, and inspire future ones, and recognize the solutions that are changing people's lives today. Blockchain is real. It is solving real-world problems. Stellar is alive, lit up and looks bright today, with the future looking even brighter. Meridian celebrates all of those who trust this network for their users, businesses and consumers alike, who are all working to solve real-world challenges with global connections. I am so honored you are here to celebrate with us. Thank you.
That was the CEO of Stella, Denelle Dixon, with a great speech. So she really summarized the entire day one, I would say, and a lot of technical jargon that I mentioned before and everything. So yeah, we'll have day two. Day two, Jeb McCallum would be a part of it, so that's going to be exciting and everything. So the market is looking very bullish. So make sure you do your own research and invest. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but do your own research and invest. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up there. So don't forget to sign up for the 500 XLM giveaways. Subscribe and like the video. You'll be entered. We're also giving away a hardware Ledger Nano SS and hardware Nano Ledger S in December. Right? So that's a wrap. Thanks for watching. Let's get it.
We don't have that much competition. They would use Stellar to make their payments faster.